Good morning. It is 7:36 a.m. on, what day is it? Wednesday, March 11th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Doing this a little bit later than usual because my routine has been disrupted by coronavirus. Um, you know, like many other places in the U.S. and across the world right now, Massachusetts has declared a state of emergency with the coronavirus. And as a proactive measure, my workplace has decided that employees that do not absolutely have to be on site should work from home for a while. I mean, we'll see. Now, my job actually does require me to be on site sometimes, but not all the time. So, I'm going to be probably going back and forth a bit. But in the meantime, working from home as of today, which, on the one hand, this little boy, it's nice getting to spend more time in close proximity to this little boy, and I'm sure he will appreciate it. On the other hand, I do actually have work to do. And I can't imagine that he is going to be super cooperative. So, learning new routines will be, an opportunity for challenge. But he's a very sweet little boy, as you can see. Are you a good boy, Rocket? Rocket, are you a good boy? Yes, you are. You are a good boy. I'm sorry, I didn't really need to interrupt you from what you were doing. I just think you're cute when you look at me. Yeah. So, that's the news here. I am not any kind of an expert in, contagious diseases. Uh-oh. Now's when I kind of remembered, did I get my clothes all the way into the hamper? Well, we'll see. It's fine. I'm not any kind of expert in, contagious diseases or anything like that. I do work in, the biomedical industry, so I do know some stuff, but not enough to substitute for official information coming from CDC or whatever. So certainly if you are concerned about coronavirus where you are, I'd say the CDC is really probably the right place to go as far as what's happening. There's other sources that maybe could tell you things about I don't know, just science of it, but in terms of just official guidance and everything, it seems like the most primary means of transmission is exposure to fluids. Rocket, off. Good boy. Now that he's tall enough to put his feet up on the coffee table, he just really loves doing that. Are you a good boy? Are you a little silly boy who wants to get up on the coffee table? Well, who can blame me, really? Look at this little boy. He doesn't have coronavirus. Ouch. So, all of the stuff that's starting to go around, about washing your hands. I really love the meme that is suggestions of things to say or sing during the 20 seconds you should be washing your hands. That's good advice. Not touching your face is hard, but, you work on it, especially, eyes and mucous membranes, right? Those are the parts of the face that are specifically relevant. Touching your cheek like this, not as big a deal. If you can avoid it entirely, that's better, but this little squirmy boy. They call him Dr. Squirm. Good morning, how are you? I'm Dr. Squirm. I like to chew on things. Ouch. Alright. Okay, maybe I can put you. Alright. Well, all of those things are actually good advice. And the other thing is, too, that, although I don't think people should panic, especially given that there's some unusual steps being taken that could very well make people wonder if they should panic. Panic is not helpful, but I mean, there are reasonable precautions that are appropriate to take in this situation. And especially because while it's true that most healthy people are not at a huge risk, even if you get it, there are people who are more vulnerable, and helping to minimize the spread, or at least there's another thing going around calling about flattening the curve. The idea is that if you can just slow down the spread, it doesn't even mean that you don't get the same number of overall cases, but if you can spread that out over a longer period of time, we avoid straining the healthcare system. And the people who are vulnerable, you don't want to have thousands of them all at once needing to go to the hospital, right? That's where, well, so something was not quite all the way in the hamper. Anyway, so had a fun big boss battle last night on so many levels. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here so I can take that away from Rocket, and then I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.